What's up, guys? This is Kellen. I just want to talk about something today that has been on my mind since yesterday when I took Mara and Kovu for a walk. It's been on my mind. It's topic of protecting your dogs and being a leader to your dogs in all situations, right? Okay, so I'll tell the story and then I'll talk about it some more. I took Mara and Kovu for a walk. We were walking on the street, right? We get to this one house. They're on leash because we're in the neighborhood back on a public street, and I always keep them on leash because you never know what's going to happen, just like what happened yesterday. 3 off-leash dogs were in the front yard, and another dog was on a chain, the fourth dog. The fourth dog breaks his chain, and all 4 of them are running at us, right? They surround us in a circle. They are intruding on our space. They are being pushy. They're not really aggressive at this point. They're not trying to straight up maul us and attack us, but they're surrounded us. We can't escape, basically, right? They are pushing their way. They're trying the best they can to get to Mara and Kovu. So my job as an owner and protector and leader of them is to protect them, right? That's my job. A lot of people see it as it's the dog's job to do that, but it's not. I'm their owner. It's my responsibility to protect them, to make them feel comfortable and safe, to let them know that I can handle this situation and deal with the threat, right? So I'm doing everything I can to tell them to go away in a deep voice, right? Blocking them with my body so they can't get to us, to get to Mara and Kovu, putting myself in the way like a leader should do, a protector should do. Sticking my foot out, blocking them, kicking them a few times. The owner comes out. She cannot help at all. These dogs do not listen to her. She had no control over them. She tried her best to get them in the house, to get them in the backyard, but they were totally ignoring her. So I kept doing the same thing I was doing. I kicked their dogs in the face to get them away because they were trying to get their face down close to Mara and Kovu. And that might make me seem like an asshole. People think, you better not kick my dog. But that's my job to do that. If she can't control her dogs, I can't let them mess with my dogs. That's my job to protect my dogs. Alright? And she understood that, but a lot of people wouldn't. But she did, and I kept doing that. And I did my best, and I finally was able to get some space between us and the dogs. I made Mara and Kovu lay down, and then I continued to block them. And push them back toward her house, right? Okay, so when they first charged us, Mara, she's not. Another thing where I had to do this is because Mara she doesn't like strange dogs, or people for that matter, that she's never met. Okay, so I had to do my best for her sake, to get those dogs away. And at first, she was trying to help me get those dogs away by growling, barking, lunging, things that dogs do that make them seem like aggressive dogs. Mara was doing those things. She was trying her best to handle the situation at first to get that threat away from us. But as the time went by, she started to realize that I had it under control. So when I was able to get that space and make them lay down, and then I continued to push the dogs back toward her house, right? And then at that point, Mara started to calm down. She started to calm down because she realized that I had the threat under control, and that I wasn't going to let anything happen to them as their leader. That's what I did at that moment. And this is what I want to say. This is the main point of this video, is a lot of people have behavioral problems with their dogs. They have dogs that jump up, act aggressively towards other dogs, bark, lunge, tear things up, never listen, kind of like these ladies' dogs, and never listen to her. Alright? Okay, so the point is, if you have dogs, it's your responsibility to be their leader and their protector. At that point, Mara and Kovu realized that I was controlling the situation. Just like every other situation we go through, I control it. And they were able to calm down, lay there calmly, and let me deal with the threat, right? A lot of people have these behavioral problems with their dogs because they're not leaders to their dogs. Their dogs don't see them as the leader, and they have to take charge of being the leaders. So flip the script, right, and see this from those dogs' point of view. Me, Martin Kovu walked up, and we were close to theirs. We were on the street, but we were close to being a threat to them as well. So what did they do? They came, surrounded us, and were trying to deal with us and back us away. Because just like they were a threat to us, we were a threat to them. And the lady came out, the owner, and she couldn't do anything to control them or do anything. So what position were those dogs in? Those dogs were in the position of being a leader and a protector of that house and that family. She was not doing anything. They were leading that. They were in charge. So flip it back around to us and our pack, me, Mar, and Kovu. I was in charge. When those dogs got out, after they stopped messing with us, it took her. I walked away, and she was still trying to get her dogs back in the house. They were terribly behaved dogs. A main reason why is because she's letting them be in charge. I'm in charge of my dogs, so they were able to calm down and relax and let me handle the situation, right? This goes back to every behavioral problem you have with your dogs. Guys, if you can't be in charge and be the leader in all situations, they are going to have bad behavior and have behavioral problems and not have a great bond with you. Okay, so if you're out in public, a lot of people think that you're going to let your dogs protect you in those situations. Like if dogs come up to you, stray dogs that want to attack you, a lot of people would let their dogs handle that situation because it's scary to them, right? But as uncomfortable as a position as it puts you in, you have to protect your dogs in that situation also. Because if you don't protect them there, they're not going to listen to you anywhere else. If you can't protect them out in public, they're not going to listen to you back at home when you try to tell them to do something, or when you're trying to, because they don't see you as the leader. They think they're in that position of leading. So this is a very important thing to do, guys, for the relationship and the bond with your dog in order to have a stable relationship of trust and respect, of them being able to see you as a leader and to listen to everything you tell them to do. Same thing happens if you flip it around. If you can't get respect in the house and have rules and boundaries in the house for your dogs, for them to listen to you and respect you, when you go out on a walk, of course they're going to want to act like the leaders there, because they're acting like the leaders in the house. It goes both ways, guys. You have to act like a leader to your dogs in every situation, and I promise you, if you do that, a lot of these behavioral issues will get better, guys. A lot of people don't act like they're leaders in all situations. You have to do it everywhere. You have to do it in the house and out in public. You have to do everything you can.